please give it up for Gabriel Rutledge.
Thank you, Spokane. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't even think most of you know who the fuck I am, but I'm going to take it. If you've never seen me before, this is what I look like. Let's take it in. You can tell a lot about whatever your look is by the questions people ask you all the time, which is why I know I look like a guy who has a lighter. I don't have one, by the way. I don't. People get mad. They're like, why are you walking around like that if you're not going to have the proper equipment? Is it your first day undercover, asshole? That's kind of my look, first day undercover. Like I bought a wig. I'm like, you kids blaze up doobies? Or I party. I live in this state. I know marijuana is legal. I'm also going to admit I was too old when it became legal. It's been 10 years, and I'm still like, this might be a setup. They're like, no, walk into the building, buy it. I'm like, nah. I got a guy. Nice try, though. Even if I buy it in the dispensary, I still smoke it in the alley behind the dispensary. You get higher by a dumpster. That's science. I'm glad it's legal, but marijuana has a wine level of snobbery to it now, and I'm about done with their shit. If you go to the weed store, first of all, they start talking. They're very friendly. I don't like that at all. Customer service with my drugs? No. Take off your name tag. You should own a lizard. What the fuck is happening? Whatever you're looking at, they're so excited. They're like, oh, good eye. It's one of our best-selling sativas. I'm like, cool, take it down a notch, bud tender. I just got here from the liquor store, and they don't do this shit at the liquor store, okay? Liquor store lets you know they don't care about you as a person, and I like that. At the liquor store, they say no backpacks, and then we're done talking. You know what they never say at the liquor store? Excellent choice, sir. Never. They're never like, good call on the Evan Williams, my good man. Weed store, whatever you buy, they're thrilled. They're so excited, like, oh, you're gonna love it. That one's very smokable. They're all fucking smokable. Even the gummies, if you're high enough. They stole from wine culture. They're making stuff up. They're like, okay, yeah, this one's got an oaky after finish. I'm like, what? And some floral notes. I'm like, no shit. I used to smoke it out of an apple. You got anything with a fruity after finish? Or you got any aluminum notes? Yeah, just a touch of PBR can would be great if you have it. Also, I am gonna need a lighter. This is an old man thing to say, but I'm gonna say it. The weed is too goddamn strong. It's so strong. Get off my lawn. It's so strong. Even the names of the weed are so aggressive. This one's called Alaska Thunderfuck. Like, whoa. This one's called Abandon Your Family. Like, oh, okay. You got anything called Chill Out on a Weeknight back there? Is there a strain called I Do Have a Thing in the Morning? I'm trying to relax. I don't need to see Jesus. Or worse, think I am Jesus. When you look like me and get high, that's a possibility. I've walked past a mirror before, like, ah, he's here. I thought he'd be thinner and Middle Eastern. My birthday is actually December 26th, which sucks. You don't want a birthday one day after Jesus' birthday. But for me, it makes sense. Because if a bakery sold an item called Day Old Jesus, I'm 49. I like to say my actual age. I'm 49 years old. I think the good news is I don't look 49. But the bad news is I do look like shit for 39. I just had my yearly checkup / interrogation. A lot of questions. Do you smoke cigarettes? I was like, no. They were like, do you use marijuana? What'd you hear? They were like, how many drinks of alcohol per week would you say you have? I just paid my copay and I don't like your fucking tone. How about that? I wasn't told I needed my lawyer present today. How about you do some blood work, tell me how many drinks a week I have. If you can't tell, I win. That's the game we're playing right now. We know alcohol can be a problem. Whoever made the Are You an Alcoholic test does not understand how it is supposed to work, because one of the questions was, have you ever drank to change your mood? Fucking yeah. Like, how have you been doing it, psycho? Who gets off work like, let's have a drink, keep this work vibe going? That's what's fun about drinking. If you're drinking right now, what you're saying to yourself and everyone around you is, I am done being productive for the day. Yes. In the morning, you drink coffee. You're optimistic. You're like, carpe diem. Gonna seize the day. And then at the end of that day, you're like, fuck it, I tried. I asked my doctor what is considered more than moderate drinking. Some of you are not going to care for this information. He said, for women, you should not drink more than 8 drinks a week. For men, 15. I'm sorry, ladies. I'm just the messenger. I don't know. I'm on your side. If I was a lady and my doctor said I got 8 and a fella got 15, I'd be like, that's bullshit. Also, hypothetically, if I was non-binary, that's 15 plus 8, that's 23. Gender is fluid, math is not. Also, when he said I got 15 a week, I was like, 15? You can't walk that response back. You can't be like, 15? That's so many. I have so many to go. Can I roll them over to next week? Also, the whole time in my head, I'm like, if 2-3 shots in one glass is considered one drink, I think I can fucking do it. I can do 15 containers of alcohol a week. My kids are like, what's in the bathtub? I have 1 a week. Bring me my Thursday straw. One time I was very drunk in Reno, Nevada. You know this doesn't end well. A very intoxicated woman was in the same bar, making her way towards me in a zigzag pattern. I assumed she was going to hit on me because that is the confidence that alcohol provides. That's why I like drinking. I like the person alcohol thinks I am. I don't like the person marijuana thinks I am. If I'm drunk looking at myself in the mirror, I'm like, God damn. If someone else doesn't take advantage of this, I'll do it. If I'm high looking at myself in the mirror, it's always something like, is my left ear bigger than my right? Also, I'm married. That's important to this Reno story. I still wanted to be hit on. It's nice to feel like you could be in the game. Okay, a little bit of judgment from the room. Okay. I'm not telling you guys I want to cheat on my wife. I am telling you I would like to feel like I could. That's what's fun. Yeah, thank you. It's all I have left. Thank you. That's what's fun about being in a relationship is you say stuff to yourself like, oh, if I was single, whoo! Oh, I'd be out there tearing it up. Not sure what it is. I'm guessing a hamstring at this point. It's going to be an awkward one-night stand when I have to stretch first. Just like, no, get started without me. I'll get in there in a minute, but no, I'll tap in when I'm limber. I can't rush this. Got an old sleep injury I got to work through. Futon, 2015. Also, a couple days ago, I blew my nose when I was peeing. Something ain't right. You ever done missionary? You're about to. I was walking down the street one time with a married friend my age. We walked past a much younger than us, very attractive woman. After she walked by, my buddy was like, oh, if I was single. I was like, yeah? Fucking what? What would you do if you were single? Wear less sweatpants, you sloppy son of a bitch? Talk less about fantasy football? Learn how to make your own doctor's appointment? Shut the hell up. I don't know what you would do if you were single, but I do know it would not be her. I do know that. I don't think you're the one standing in the way of this romance. Like this hot 22-year-old walked past us. Like, why are all the good almost 50-year-olds taken? I don't wear a wedding ring, but I do smell like fabric softener. I'm not trying to fool anybody. That's a tip for any single ladies here. If the man hitting on you smells springtime fresh, red flag. Might be married, might live with his mom. They're both an issue. Keep it safe out there. First thing drunk Reno lady said to me when she got over to me was, hey! That was her opener. Hey! And then she followed it up with, hey. Okay, that's officially drunk. When you have to correct your own audio because you realize you came in a little hot. Just, hi! Like, hello? She was wobbly drunk, like she saw many of me, had to pick which one to talk to. Just like, you. She was like, I saw you standing by the bar. And I was like, I'm just gonna go tell him. You should never lose too much weight because your head is fucking huge. And then she just disappeared, gone. I said to the bartender, what was with that lady? He was like, what lady? I was like, oh my God. Was that the first of 3 spirits? That was 10 years ago. I'm still thinking about it. You can't suck your head in. I've tried. I took it to heart. My doctor's like, you should lose some weight. I was like, well, I've had a second opinion. I got recognized recently as a comedian out in the world, which is usually fun, but I happened to be at a location I did not want to be recognized. I was actually using the Coinstar machine at the time. Are we familiar with the Coinstar? Where you cash in your change. It's not usually a good day. If you see a friend using the Coinstar machine, your friend is going through some shit right now. Leave them alone. Keep moving. It's called an Irish hello. Keep going. Don't stop and talk. Hey, how's comedy going? How the fuck do you think it's going? It's always in the front. Every store puts the Coinstar in the very front, so everyone there knows, hey, look, it's someone's financial rock bottom day. Gather around, kids. Look at this poor son of a bitch. Holding a Ziploc bag of nickels. Wonder what dream he had die. Coinstar should be in the back of the store behind a beaded curtain for my privacy. No, it's in the front, next to the lotto tickets. They've done their research. Also, it's a loud-ass machine. You can't sneak in a Coinstar trip. It's metal on metal, coin hitting steel, just ting-ta-ting-ta-ting-ting. It's a poverty soundtrack for the whole store. Ting-ta-ting. I'm like, I'm waiting on a check. I'm gonna be fine. Ting-ting. I got Canadian quarters and Chuck E. Cheese tokens spitting back at me. I'm like, all right, this is going to be less than I thought. Everyone's like, have you invested in cryptocurrency? I'm like, you know what? I'm not quite there yet. I did recently put some money in Coinstar. Unfortunately, I instantly lost 10%. Yeah, that's their cut. That's what they take. It could be more. They have the audacity to ask you if you would like to donate an additional percentage to charity. Read the room, Coinstar. I'm the charity, you assholes. I don't really have a look that says I'm doing well financially. Okay, no disagreement from you guys. I already knew. One time I was at the grocery store. Checker was ringing up my stuff. She got to my bag of apples, and she was like, sir, I just wanted to let you know, these apples are pretty expensive. I was like, wait, do I look like I don't have apple money? I'm like, no, I want them. I've been saving up. Like, what? I had my eye on that bag of apples for quite some time. I said, someday, Lord willing. Today's that day. I just cashed in a war bond. Ring them up! She was like, well, they're $4 a pound. I'm like, I saw that sign, but I did not come here to do math. I don't know what that means. She's like, okay, just so you know, these apples are $22.13. Are you sure you want them? And I was like, yeah. I want some of them. I'll take an apple. Give me an apple. Not the big one. Don't be a dick. I just need one big enough to make a pipe out of. That was a sad day because I realized she had profiled me correctly. I'm doing all right. I don't have Honeycrisp money. I have Honeycrisp taste and a Red Delicious budget. That's what I have. I accidentally bought organic apples. Which, okay, all right. That was a very Spokane response. You dumb son of a bitch. It was an accident. Also, I'll point out it's an accident that rarely happens in the self-checkout. I like to mix in a shopping tip with the humor. If you're in self-checkout and your budget's a little tight, good news. A lot of shit looks like a banana. Maybe green onions if you're hurting. I'm not gonna judge. Not that I'd be able to pull it off. I've rarely done self-checkout by myself. 3 employees have to come over. One of them has keys and they're pissed. They're like, what'd you do? I'm like, well, first of all, it rang up everything banana. I don't know how that happened. There's a glitch. And then it said unauthorized item in begging area. And I think it's me. I don't work here. I don't like self-checkout, but I usually go. And the reason I do is I walk past the checker and I go, nope, they look chatty, I'll take my chances. I don't like how they talk about what you're buying and how that means your evening is gonna go. You should not be able to publicly solve mysteries at the grocery store. They're like, oh, Pepto-Bismol and duct tape, what are you up to? Put it in the bag. I don't know why I picked those 2 items as an example. Don't worry about it. Let's just say Pepto's plan A. Yeah, duct tape's plan B. The point is, this ends tonight. I hate when you get a candy bar and the checker does that thing where they go, did you want me to leave this out for you? No, I don't. I'd like to fish it out of the bag in my car like a fat, filthy animal. That's what I deserve. Put it in the bottom under something heavy. I want to work for it. I'm going to eat it like an otter at a stoplight. I never admit that candy bar's for me, ever. I'm always like, that's for my friend. He loves king-size Snickers bars. It's sad what he puts in his body. A lot of this shit's for him, now that I'm looking at it. Could you leave the broccoli out? I like to munch on that on the way home. Also, I will be paying with a Coinstar voucher. I started wearing glasses this year. I don't love it. Changes how the world sees me a little bit. Before glasses, people thought I smoked weed. With glasses, they think I grow it. It's changed. I used to look like a dude in a band, and now I look like I manage a GameStop. I don't know what happened. I used to look like I played guitar, and now I look like I own a sword. I fucking hate it. People think I have opinions on wizards. I'm like, what? Strangers walking up to me. What do you think of that new Lord of the Rings show? I'm like, beat it, nerd. It's not my personality. I just can't see. And then I swish my cape and get the fuck out of there. I got no time. I used to wear contacts, and then my reading vision got bad enough. They're like, new plan, right contact for reading, left contact for far away vision. Have fun out there. I don't know if anyone has lived this nightmare with one eyeball for each type of vision. It's like watching two TVs at the same time, and one of them's right here. I was crouch walking down the sidewalk. Like, it feels weird. I don't like it. It's better when I'm lower. I don't know why. You can't go through life like, it's an ant, it's an airplane, it's an ant, it's an airplane. I gave up. I got the glasses. I like a lady in glasses. I think that's a sexy look. It's a weird thing to say that you think glasses are sexy, because it is a part of a person's body that does not work that well. It's like, oh yeah, if she's got glasses and a bad back, god damn! I like a lady who barely functions. There's a sexy lady glasses move I've been thinking about. You guys might be younger than me, but I've watched a lot of softcore cable porn in my time. A lot of movies with the word Scarlet in the title. And whenever they had like a hot librarian, she would do this move with the glasses. I hope my raw sexuality does not distract from the humor. This is the move. If you don't wear glasses, you might not think anything about that move. If you do, you realize this is what it would actually be. Does this turn you on? You're gonna have to tell me. I literally can't. Are you still here? I've been thinking about that sexy glasses in the mouth move, because my wife wears hearing aids. I'm just saying, I've never seen her pop one out from behind her ear like, oh, you like that, you son of a bitch? I'd be like, why are you licking a hearing aid? She'd be like, what'd you say? I'm gonna take my glasses off so I don't have to see this. Except it would turn me on. It would. I'd be confused, but I'd be down. If she was like, you like that? I'd be like, you're goddamn right, I do. Throw the other one in there. Throw in a crayon and a penny. Swish them around. I love it. That's a man's superpower. We can get turned on by whatever we need to get turned on by. We are willing to work with what is in front of us. Like, you know what, baby? Leave your mouth guard in tonight. I want to feel like I'm having sex with an athlete. Yell touchdown when you come. Fine, if you come. Jesus Christ. Yell it when I come. I'm trying to have fun. My wife asked me to repeat myself quite a bit. You don't realize how much dumb shit you've been muttering to yourself until someone says, what did you say? And I'm like, I'd rather not get into it. I don't even know I'm talking. I'm just like looking through the freezer. And my wife's like, what did you say? I'm like, nothing. She's like, well, you said something. I'm like, yeah, but it's not important. She's like, well, if you don't tell me, I don't feel included. Okay, I said frozen burritos are neato. Yeah, you feel like you're a part of things now? You feel included in us both feeling dumber? Is that what you were going for? Also, I lied. I actually said frozen burritos are neato. That's what I said. You married me, live with it. My wife and I have been together since we were both 19 years old. I appreciate that. Thank you. I think we're still together. I haven't checked my text in a couple hours. I think we're doing all right, but you know, I'll be honest, we've been married 25 years. If one of us went home and the other one had left, I think we'd be like, I get it. It wouldn't be like, why? We'd be like, there's a lot of reasons. Is this one too real? A little bit? I did this joke in front of my wife, and she thought it was hilarious, and I'm like, I don't like that at all. Maybe you misheard it. I wish my wife and I were high school sweethearts. We didn't quite make it. We're community college sweethearts. It worked. It's less adorable. Community college sweetheart sounds like we were already used to not getting our first choice. Like, let's do this relationship for a couple of years, transfer to a better one, we'll be fine. I had girlfriends in high school. I don't know what you guys heard, but let's put a stop to those rumors right now. I did very well in my church youth group. I didn't come here tonight to dry hump and tell, but trust me. I feel like some of you are judging dry humping, and I won't stand for it. It's the safest of all the sexes. Latex has nothing on denim, I assure you. That's why every time I see a kid named Levi, I'm like, guess one got through. I miss dry humping a little bit. I could do it, but you don't. Like, no adult relationship is ever like, you know what? I was thinking, hear me out. No, tonight, just for old time's sake. Let's put on our thickest jeans and then chafe it up. Let's go till it burns like the old days. Let's start a fire down there. I don't even know what base you consider dry humping on the sex baseball scale, second, third. I do know if you have an orgasm while you're dry humping, it's called an inside the park home run. I do know that. You gotta hustle, but it counts. It's also the only home run you don't tell people you hit. I have never in my life pretended to have an orgasm, but a couple of times I have pretended like I didn't just have one. And I'm not trying to compete, ladies, but I do think that's harder. You gotta be like, nothing, gotta go, school night. Actually, if you could leave first, that would be great. Fellas in the room, if you ever arrive during sex before you wish you would have, or perhaps the other person in the room wishes you would have, if you ever suffer from the injustice that is cruelly known as premature ejaculation, the classiest thing you can say afterwards is the gentleman yields his time. Maybe throw in a bow, like, "Milady," like, sell it. No one's gonna write this down? Okay. I had a guy message me. He was like, I was at your show. You know your premature ejaculation joke? He's like, I use that line in real life. And I was like, oh no. Don't do any of this shit. These are bad ideas. But the best part was he did not remember the line properly. So he was like, yeah, I was with this lady. It was over with way too fast. So I said your line. I was like, I bid you adieu. That's worse. Did you say bon voyage when you came, you weirdo? By the way, my wife and I are both 49 years old. Our problem during sex is not that it is over with too quickly. It's more like, you want to just call it? Yeah, I think we've made our point. Most days I don't feel that old, but the other day, I forgot the word nectarine. You ever lost a word, it's just gone? Now I'm a lunatic. I'm trying to describe it. I'm like, it's like a peach, but it's not a peach. It's like if you shaved a peach. Do you know the fruit? I'm mad they can't get my clues. It's a hairless peach, god damn it! And then finally I was like, you know what? I have got to pick a different safe word. Some of that shit hurt. Does everyone know what a safe word is? I feel a couple of blank stares. It's just a word you say during sex. Have you guys had sex? Okay, shit, we'll slow it down. When two people care about each other, or they don't, not my biz. Safe word's what you say to let the other person know they've gone too far. And a lot of times it's fruit. I don't know why, but banana, pineapple, very popular choices. I think if you're at an orgy and you yell out fruit salad, the whole room freezes. No, you're right, I've never been. I feel like orgies must have been the last thing back after coronavirus. They never talked about it on the news. They were never like, phase 4, group sex is back. Get on out there. I bet the first one back felt like a junior high dance a little bit. Just people against each wall. Like I thought I was ready, but I'm not. I'm just gonna hang out by the snack table. I have no idea if orgies have a snack table, but I always picture one, and I think that says a lot about me. Yeah, when I'm thinking about group sex, I'm also like, I hope there's treats. Maybe some orange slices for halftime. I don't know how they do it. Get back out there. Maybe there's a sign-up list like my kid's soccer team. Who was supposed to bring orgy snack tonight? We got nothing? Rick, you fuck all our wives, we can't get a Capri Sun? Are you shitting me? If I was at an orgy and there was a snack table, that's where you'd find me. I'm letting you know. Waiting for my turn like it was double Dutch. I think it'd be funny to hang out at an orgy snack table. Last one. I think it'd be funny to hang out at an orgy snack table and then get really mad at people for double dipping. Just be like, that's gross. I did do a show at a sex club one time. A comedy show. I should have said that better. Okay. Learned a lot about myself. There's been times in my life I have identified as a sexually adventurous person. I thought maybe I was a bit on the kinky side, and then I went to a private sex club, and I was like, nope. I am a vanilla basic bitch. I was doing jokes for people wearing leashes. There was a guy running around in a wrestling singlet with the ass cut out. I was like, oh, I'm not kinky. I am adorable. I was up there like, you ever done missionary? I like the eye contact. They had a room in the back with a bed, which I thought there would be, but there was only one. That surprised me. I did not stay for the after party, but there was a lot of people there. Is it a line waiting for your turn at the bed? Everyone's mad at the lesbians? You have to be done at some point. Next to the bed, they had a stack of sheets. Next to that, they had a sign that said, "Please replace the sheets when you are finished." And at that point, I was in my own Shark Tank episode. I was like, and for that reason, I'm out. First of all, ooh, but besides that, I have never in my life had an orgasm and then immediately replaced the sheets. I don't think I've immediately done anything. I'm not sure I can handle the transition between orgasm and sheet replacement. Just like, that was amazing. Help me with the corner. People are waiting. They're not saying anything because of the ball gags, but they feel upset. I was surprised they had actual sheets. They should have had that butcher paper at the doctor's office. Whoosh, next. Grab an orange slice. Most days, I don't feel that old, but recently, I got some old man mail. From my medical provider, I got a weird-looking box in the mail. Inside was a letter that said, "New colon cancer screening age is 45 years old. What we need you to do is put your poop in this box, mail it to us, and we will test it." Never thought I would have this thought in my life, but I wanted to call my doctor and be like, "Can't I just shit at your place?" What kind of budget cuts are we running down there? What asshole at some corporate board meeting was like, "I'm just spitballing. What if they mailed the shit to us? Have we run those numbers?" Like, oh, way to think inside the box, Johnson. Also, new respect for my mailman. Wow. He's doing God's work. I hope he doesn't realize it, but he is. I will not describe the horrors you have to go through to get that sample ready to mail. I do not have colon cancer. I do need counseling. I am traumatized. I had it all sealed up, ready to go. I was going to take it to my mailbox. I opened my front door. My mailman is standing there holding a different package. He goes, "Hey, I'll trade you." I was like, "Not with eye contact. We're not." "Thank you for your service." My wife pooped in a box. I'm so sorry. My wife was like, "What did you say?" I was like, "Frozen burritos." I had a prostate check not that long ago. I didn't know how lucky I was I got to do it with a doctor in a doctor's office. I will never take that for granted again. Maybe next year they'll send me a letter. Stick a finger out there. What do you think? Watch a YouTube tutorial. We're busy as shit down here. I hope it's not Zoom. It's a tough angle. Can you see it? Honey, get the ring light. I never thought about the prostate check till I had one, but this is all the equipment. There's been no advancements, apparently. Is that weird to anyone else that Jiffy Lube has better equipment than my doctor? We're in a room with $1 million worth of medical equipment, and then he's like, "Prostate check? Got my best man on it. Don't even worry about that." What are you gonna run it to the lab? What the hell are we doing? I've been with my wife to some of her more sensitive appointments. I thought that's the treatment I was going to receive. I thought they'd be like, "We'll pull the curtain. You can disrobe." Which, disrobe is a medical-only undressing term. It is weird any other time. If you were about to have sex and someone was like, why don't you disrobe? I'd be like, No, disrobe stays on. I got none of that. I got no robe. I got nothing. I got very abruptly. My doctor was like, drop your pants and underwear to the ground. And looking back, what I'm most embarrassed about is how quickly I did it. I should have stalled a little bit. Instead, it's like I've been waiting my whole life for those sweet, beautiful words. I had shorts on, I had keys, I had change, I had a wallet. It made a sound. He's like, why don't you go ahead and drop your... And then my doctor's like, hey, anyone ever tell you you look like Dave Grohl? I was like, yeah, quite a bit. This is the first time with my dick out. What a weirdo. He could have said that when he walked in, saw me fully clothed. He waits till I drop my underwear and he's like, Dave? So then I'm standing there wishing I'd chosen a longer t-shirt that didn't say Foo Fighters. And he's like, now I need you to walk over to that table. And I'm like, I have a question about the order. You made me drop and now I have to walk? I have to shuffle walk over there, underwear around my ankles, like a toddler in a public bathroom, just like, over here? Is this the table for the butt thing? You don't want a lot of chit-chat during your prostate check. But at one point, my doctor was like, wow. Yeah, there's not a lot of medical scenarios where you want a doctor to say wow. A couple minutes earlier, my balls were in his hand. It would have been pretty nice then. I would have been like, and that's a medical opinion. Can you write that on a note? I'd like to show people. But here's what's weird. He said, wow, and then nothing. No follow-up. I had to check in. I had to be like, hey. You said, wow, I'm freaked out. Is everything okay? This is so much information. I'm apologizing to each of you individually right now. My doctor was like, oh, no, sorry, you're fine. But man, you are really tight. Just like you right now, I did not know what to do with that information. In hindsight, I think I was a little bit too flattered. I was like, this old thing? Go on. Doctor. There goes my hero. They said if this special does well, they're going to turn the AC for the next one. Yeah. By the way, my wife and I don't have a safe word. I was trying to show off in front of my new friends. We've been married 25 years. I'm concerned if we had a safe word. I'm concerned how early in the day she might use it. I'm afraid I'd be like, how was work? Nectarine. Shit! Tough but fair. My wife and I have 3 children. We didn't mean to do that, but we're all here now. Yeah, and that's how I start every Christmas morning speech. Well, we're all here now, aren't we? Would the presents be better if there were less of you? Yeah, they would be. Some were planned, some were not planned. It doesn't matter. The love is exactly the same. Does it occasionally cross my mind when one of the unplanned ones has given me some trouble. Yeah, it sure does. Every once in a while, I want to be like, just so you know, I had my shoes on when I made you. Yeah, maybe bring the attitude down a little bit. I was not thinking about bringing a new soul into the universe. I was thinking about traction. We had hardwood floors at the time. You can't have sex in your socks on a hardwood floor. It's a safety issue. It's like running in a cartoon, like bucket, 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 bucket. My son, Traction, just turned 20. He's a good kid. Quick impression of my son. He's in college. He'd been in college a while. He came home. My wife said, hey, you ever run out of laundry detergent? He was like, didn't know I had any. I was like, have you been doing laundry? He's like, yeah. I'm like, have you been using soap? He's like, the machine cost $3. I thought it was included. You guys, my firstborn, my only son, has been walking around campus smelling like hot water asshole, bringing great shame to my family. I knew he was going to struggle because I went to the college orientation before it started. Big table out front, name tags for all the students. They're in a clear sleeve. They got a pin on the back. I don't know why my son did this. He pulled the name tag out of the sleeve, tried to stick it to his body, and it fell on the ground. I didn't look at him. I didn't look at the name tag. I looked at my wife. She looked at me. We did not speak. But we both communicated the same thought. And that thought was, we fucked up. Our boy ain't ready. Have you ever assembled a bicycle, but when you're done, there's a bag with 3 screws left over? And you're like, well, hope those weren't important. That's how I feel about my adult son right now. I'm holding a bag of screws, watching him wobble down the goddamn road. I did not say any of this at the orientation. These were inside thoughts. Out loud, I was like, hey, buddy, you're driving. Oh, a lot of money. I can't get mad because I remember me when I moved out after high school. Real dumb, real naive. My sweet mother, so worried about me, she went to Costco to buy me condoms. It was a pretty optimistic store for the birth control needs I had at that time. We did not need to go wholesale. We really didn't. That's a borderline prank to buy a virgin 148 condoms. It's like, I thought you might need these. Honestly, she should have bought me 1 condom and said, put this on your vision board. No, not with a thumbtack, sweetie. Also, you know what a young lady does not want to hear from the young man she's hooking up with for the first time? When she's like, do you have any condoms? Like, ooh, my mom got me some. Don't go. I have 147 more. This is the benefit of having more than one child, is you get to realize your parenting has very little to do with how they turn out. They're all different. This is what my son told me recently. He said, I might drink alcohol when I turn 21 and it's legal, but I'm leaning towards never drinking. And I was like, what a fucking dork. Out loud, he needs to hear it. My youngest daughter, if the legal drinking age was 10, might have been in rehab by 11. She would have had a margarita sippy cup just waiting for the school bus in the morning. Like, well, it's recess time somewhere. Let's fucking go. When my son was in high school, his last year, we got a weird email from the high school. I'm gonna count that as an applause break. Yeah, that's 2. That makes 2. Are there stairs over there? Plastic glasses, because they know what they're working with here. I feel like week 1 when they opened this club, they had glass, and then they're like, we cannot fucking do that anymore. It's all good. What was I talking about? Yeah, thank you. By the way, I get a lot of emails. I have a kid in high school. I have a kid in junior high. Still, so many emails. I don't know. Please, school district, stop. I thought we had an understanding that I sent them there for a couple of hours to not give a fuck. But no, every day, multiple emails that are like, here's what your student's up to. Delete. No. I don't do that to the teachers. I value their time. At 8 p.m., I'm not sending them an email like, hey, here's what your student's up to. Thought you might want to know. My daughter ate macaroni and cheese, no fruit, no vegetables. She's been watching South Park for 4 hours. Because at first I said it was inappropriate, and then I fucking gave up, okay? This was the email we got when my son was a senior, though. It was like, there's a sexting problem in the high school. Students are sending naked photos to each other. I had no concern for my son. I had no concern for any child in the school because I went from dad to grandpa immediately. And I was like, wow, that technology was not available when I was... What were we gonna do? Draw genitals on an Etch-a-Sketch? I don't. Which we did do that. Until I was 19, I thought a vagina looked like stairs. What are you drawing? Nothing. Yeah, that was unsend. By the time sexting technology was available, my wife and I had been together for a while, and it's different. What's my wife supposed to say if I send her a picture of my penis 25 years into marriage? Like, oh, you still got it. Cool. Honestly, if I want to turn her on, it might be time to send a picture of a different penis, which I did try once. No, your judgment is correct. It did not go well at all. I thought it would be funny. I didn't think it through. I don't know how I didn't see the first question coming. Where'd you get this picture? I was like, oh shit, I didn't take it. I don't know that guy. I wasn't in the room. I just Googled dicks. And then I picked out one that I thought looked nice. You know, like a straight guy would do. I hear from dating women that unsolicited dick pics just show up. It's a common occurrence. That should never happen. But can we also admit, in a room full of adults, it's almost equally creepy to ask permission to send one. That's also a very rough conversation. There's not a romantic way to say, would you like to see my penis? There's no like Civil War era text exchange like, my dearest love. I do pray this text finds you well. The winters are long here. The only crop that seems to grow is eggplant. Perhaps you'd like to see one? Sometimes, am I doing this on the special? Shit. Sometimes when women talk about receiving an unsolicited dick pic, it hurts my feelings a little bit. Because they're like, gross, disgusting. And I'm like, hey, I have one of those. There's not a heterosexual man equivalent to being horrified that a random naked woman showed up on your phone. No dude is gonna be like, throw in the river, what the fuck? I would consider it a gift from the universe. I would believe in angels. I would show my wife, look what God can do. I don't think straight women appreciate the penis quite as much as straight men wish you did. You don't need to be over the top. You don't need to be like, whoa, what are you gonna do with that thing? All right. But maybe an honest reaction like, hey, I've seen those before. But damn, that's a pretty nice one. That's a lot better than, well, I love you, and it's a part of you. Gross! Also backwards. I think I'm a part of it. Everything in my life is because of it. The wife, the kids, the house, the minivan, the mother-in-law, the drinking. It didn't think this shit through. If I overheard my wife talking about me to her friends, and she was like, Gabriel is an amazing husband, an amazing father, but what I like about him best is his dick. I'd be like, that's all I've ever wanted. I can stop being a good father now. By the way, I received an unsolicited dick pic once. I don't like the judgment that's happening right now. This whole room's like, what were you wearing? Fuck you guys, I didn't ask for it. All I'm saying is I had a much different reaction to the dick pic I got than my female friends. In fact, my first reaction was like, well, I've seen those before, but damn, that's a pretty nice one. I don't know if it was the lighting or the angle, but I could see why he wanted to show people. I was like, is that portrait mode? Wow. I didn't text that to the guy. It was my first one. I think you're supposed to delete or block or something. I think I sent the worst response to a dick pic you can send. I sent back a thumbs up. Oh shit, I think we're dating now. I don't. Are you laughing or starting a lawnmower? What the fuck's going on down there? I'll accept either. I don't say this to every crowd, but I feel like we're close now. My wife and I do have a safe word. It's not Nectarine. I feel very vulnerable, but I will share our actual safe word. It takes a while to find a good one. And my wife and I, our safe word is, ow! Are you shitting me? I'm not sure why I turned around on that one. You know, eyes on your own paper. You guys, I've been a comedian a long time, 22 years. You guys got to be here on one of the biggest, best nights of my 22 years, and I appreciate that. I do want to mention, I did a show here March 14th, 2020, which was like the whole world was like shutting down at that time. Like every day, like NBA's done, Broadway's done, everything was shutting down. I was only here because someone else canceled. But this is what happened. This is a very Spokane thing, and I hope you guys never change. On that show on March 14th, I mean, I'm here, like, I don't know if I should be here. I don't know if this is the right thing to be doing. Why am I, this guy comes up to me after the show and he's like, thanks for coming. And I was like, thank you for coming. I didn't know what to expect. And he goes, 'cause of the snow? Until next time, Spokane, I bid you adieu. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. There's a particular sexy lady glasses move I've been thinking about. I'm older than many of you, but I've watched a lot of softcore cable porn in my time. A lot of movies with the word Scarlet in the title. Whenever they had like a hot librarian, she would do this move with the glasses. I hope my raw sexuality does not distract from the humor. This is the move. I'm gonna start over. I look like a guy who has a lighter.